Good day to you all. My name is Ranga, and I'll be presenting on reputational risk, a case of cause group in the wake of current media discussions around price pressure and excess profits. Who is Cause Group? Cause was founded in 1914, and it is regarded as one of Australia's largest retailer with an employee workforce of 120,000 and it operates 2,408 outlets. Its business ranges from financial services, supermarkets, petroleum, insurance, among others. It is also in telecommunications as well. Why are we looking at reputational risk? It's because there are some criticism surrounding Australia's retail supermarket landscape, which is not a new thing. It has been ongoing. At first, it was because Woolworth and Coles dominate the market. Now it's because that power is giving them the advantage to charge way much higher price than other competitors. This was raised by Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in Parliament in 2024. There was a quote which was done by Canberra Times in which they quoted Albanese saying that failure of supermarkets to pass on lower costs to customers could amount to an abuse of power. We all know that Coles and Woolworth control more than 50% of the market share. Why now? At the center of this criticism, Coles recorded huge profits amounting to about 1 billion in the financial year 2023. This was after tax and interest. This was achieved at the background that farmers were crying out that they were being exploited for lower prices by such big retailers such as Coles and Woolworth. This forms a negative publicity to Coles and Woolworth, but we are looking at Coles. This poses various risks related to the business model and market dynamics because these current investigations have a potential to wipe out profits. If Coles is found to be overcharging, they will be forced to reduce their prices, which will in turn lower their profits. At the same time, if they are penalized, they're forced to pay some fines. They also have to part ways with revenue. Why is it important for reputation to maintain a good reputation in retail business? It fosters confidence and creates customer loyalty. It helps in brand differentiation. It helps in reducing price sensitivity. Because of customer loyalty, because customers can easily distinguish between brands, they are more likely not to notice the price differences. It also helps in customer acquisition and retention. New customers will be coming in much easier, and the firm will be able to maintain or retain those existing customers. It also helps in boosting employee morale. It improves investor confidence. There are some suggestions that organizations should proactively protect current reputation protects against reputation, any damaging events, and effectively deals with those events should they occur. What is the purpose of this presentation? It is to explore the costs of reputational risk on cause as an organization. What is reputational risk? Canada revenue agents defined reputational risk as any events that might damage stakeholders' trust in and respect towards an organization. Warren Buffett's words, in his own words, he said it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about it, that you do things differently. In the same breath, the operational risk, reputational risk currently being experienced by cause due to current negative media coverage regarding price pressure. Results of this can be seen in the share price of coals, which has lost about 10% since August 2023. There's a chart to show this this notion. On 14 August 2023, share price for coals was hovering around $18. To date, in sometime in February, 14 February, is around $16, which is a significant drop to those who invested in coals. It appears when an organization fails to satisfy their customers, fulfills its duties, and acts unethically in delivering its products, that's the main sources of reputational risk. What are types of reputational risk? There are those from outside. Those are outside adverse events, like negative publicity. There are those which happens internally, maybe by mistake or by as a way of expressing anger by employees. This includes data breaches. We all know the case of Facebook, in which there were some reports of data breach, and Facebook lost its value significantly. There are also incorrect financial statements. At times, companies window dress their financial statements. When they are found to be in such practice, investors will lose confidence because they are one of the sources in which individuals and companies make investment decisions in those companies. There are some product recalls, usually in car manufacturing, the cases of Toyota, Tesla, as a result of some defects. Some people who are safety conscious, they will shun products from those companies in the event that there are some product recalls. Workplace practices, usually disgruntled employees, when they leave the organization, they will vent out to the public on how toxic the working environment, which the way was, and people tend to take offense with that, and they're most likely to shun the products or services of that organization. Unethical pricing practices, which is a case at hand. No one wants to be charged way more than the value they are going to get from that product. Potential source of reputational risk includes negative reputation of company's leadership and its employees. Usually, if there's something negative which happens to a CEO, even in his or her personal life, it's usually associated with the company because they are the face of the company. They represent the company in whatever they do. Negative articles and publications, your newspapers, social media. We all know what happened with Coca-Cola when Cristiano Ronaldo during uh, Euro games, he removed Coca-Cola bottle and raised a water bottle, encouraging people to drink water um, at the expense of Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola's share price dropped significantly and it lost value. Services and pricing, i.e. overcharging. This is the case of Coles, Woolworth, data loss, regulation changes. If there are some regulation changes and the firm fails to be in compliance with those changes, the result will be reputational damages because regulating organizations may release information that so and so is not compliant with this regulation and stuff, which is a bad reputation. What is the impact of reputation risk on cause? It impacts the operating environment for cause by giving an competitive advantage on its competitors, like OD and local grocer, because these companies are not implicated in those allegations. Those customers who are price conscious, um, who are conscious about the well-being, who take note of this bad reputation, they will end up disassociating themselves with companies such as Coles. It affects Coles revenue. There's obviously revenue decline as a result of low sales as customers shun products from such organizations such as Coles. It affects customer opinions on Coles business negatively, um, given that Coles operates as a group. Allegations on one unity affects other units regardless of size, structure, and nature of their business, because customers have a tendency of not being able to differentiate as long as you belong to the same family. Um, your eggs, omissions, and commissions are regarded the same. Reputational damage is more severe as it is one of the core's most significant assets. Like any other organization, is the reputation. A good name is it's one of its most significant assets. So what should be done? There should be a reputational risk framework, management framework. Course should develop a framework on how it will address reputational risk, seek to measure, monitor, manage, and mitigate reputational damages to the organization. Managing reputational risk by assessing and establishing a baseline for the for for the course image. That's just the starting point. You have to look where you are now and what needs and come up with what needs to be done. After establishing what the customer needs, you have to draw a management plan. There's also a need to develop mitigation measures because some of these issues are out of the control of the organization. So there should be some measures to deal with those, such as online reputation management, marketing campaigns, for example, due to reputational risk being faced by cause is now running a campaigns where they charge half price for some of their special products such as lamb meat, just as a way of encouraging customers to see value in them and continue to do business with them. There's also a need to monitor reputational risk through tracking public brand perception against the baseline, because a baseline is the benchmark. So there's a need to continually monitor so as to know when and how to respond. Um, Managing reputational risk for cause. How? By incorporating reputational risk into core strategy. Business strategy is the heart of every organization. So by including reputational risk into strategy, it means it shows how serious you are, and how you value your good name. By having a control process in place, such as policies and procedures, so that everyone in the organization should know what is the company policies with regards to such issues, what to be done. There's a need to recognize the importance of managing reputation risk and make every employee champions of it. It should not be an oversight role, like to dedicate it to the top managers. Everyone should, because everyone is seen as a representation of the company they work for. Um, Also, by learning and understanding the public expectations so as to devise measures in meeting them. By being positive and sending out positive messages in all communication, not taking offense or denying allegations. It's always good to give a positive message. By implementing ethical pricing policies and transparency in communicating. By strengthening supply relationship and supply chain transparency. By creating contingent plans with responsive measure when the waste happens. That's how to respond. There are some case studies in which we can draw some best practices. So there was an incident in 2018 whereby some employees of Starbucks were being labeled as racial bias. Instead of denying the allegations, Starbucks CEO issued an apology on behalf of the company and went on to close its 8,000 stores one afternoon in order to educate its employees on racial bias education training. This was a good thing because in public eye, the customers could see that how serious it was, how the company values it, and their willingness to resolve the issue. There was also a case of Johnson and Johnson Tylenol crisis in 1982. Johnson and Johnson were faced with a backlash after the death of 7 people from ingesting cyanide-laced carboxes. The company took a bold step and went on to remove products worth 100 million from the shelves in order to save lives. There was so much value involved to just pull those products out from the market so that they could save life. It shows how committed they were in the safety of its customers, its communities in which they serve. It went on to relaunch the product with a more improved security feature. That was a point of innovation. They designed a tamper-resistant packaging to become the first in pharmaceutical. Nowadays, that tamper-resistant packaging is popular so that uh, individuals, customers can first and check if their products they've been tampered with first before taking them. If they were tampered with, they won't take them, and it was a good step. What were the key takeaways from these two cases? Proactive response. Instead of denying the allegations, Starbucks and Johnson and Johnson, they responded in a in a good manner. They were being transparent, and they made a commitment towards long-term change by training its employees. Uh, Starbucks showed its commitment to doing better. Uh, at the same time, Johnson Johnson went to lay a foundation for new trust through tamper-resistant packaging. What are the recommendations for calls? There's a need to implementing a reputational risk management plan, being transparent, um, proactive approach in responding to allegations, building a culture of ethical conduct and corporate responsibility, continuous improvement, adaptation to changing risk landscape, commitment to maintaining trust and integrity. There is a famous quote, the way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. That was Socrates. These were my sources that I came across during preparation of this presentation and consulted. Thank you for your time.